hair today. Hair. All the single ladies, put your hands up. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is that you are joining us. Welcome. We are on a course in miracles, and we are here for 365 days straight. Today is day 326. I am Reverend Valerie Love at your service, also known as Kaisi, the author of over 20 books on practical spirituality. You want to get many of them, yes, and please do leave a review. And if you're a member on the channel for only $4.99, you receive my books as gifts. Yay, yay, yay. Let's share the love. And we come together every morning at 7 a.m. on 4 platforms: the Reverend Valerie Love YouTube channel at ValerieLoveTV.com, the Christian Witches YouTube channel at ChristianWitchesTV.com, the Valerie Love Facebook fan page, and the Clubhouse room in the Christian Witches Club. Let's have a deep breath. And a big shout out and thank you to all the super chatters, all the members, all the ones who gift on Strike and Cash App with Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. No ads are running on any of these videos for A Course in Miracles for the entire year. So if you are so inclined, by all means do gift. If this means something to you, by all means gift. I don't need your gift. You need your gift. I give only to myself. You give only to yourself. We are big givers around here. Big givers. Let's breathe. And I have a profound message for us at the end of the course today. After reading the course today, not at the end of the course, after reading the course today, that you want to give close attention to. Thank you, Spirit. Breathe and allow. Let go of everything, all thought, all feeling, all emotions, all wants, all have tos, all expectations. Let it all go right here and right now. And now we open to Source, totally, wholly, completely, in totality, fully, letting only love flood every aspect of our being. Only love. And we are thankful. Ashe. Let's begin, shall we? Let's begin. Or let's continue. We began a long time ago. We began eons ago. Let us continue. I said lesson 326. It's actually lesson 327. I need but call and you will answer me. I need but call and you will answer me. I am not asked to take salvation on the basis of an unsupported faith. Like we're asked to in church, we're asked to believe everything. Pretty much most of the things that have been made up, we've been asked to believe them on the basis of an unsupported faith. For God has promised He will hear my call and answer me Himself, herself, itself. God has made a promise to hear our call and answer it personally. That means when you call God on the phone, God's going to answer the phone personally. Let me but learn from my experience that this is true. And faith in Him must surely come to me. Let me learn from experience, not from people telling me, oh, pray, 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 ask God for this, ask God for that, and you ask and ask and ask and don't get it. No, no, no. Let me learn it from my experience. I don't need convincing. Let me do it on my own. Everyone is grown. Everyone can do it. And when you do it that way, this is the faith that will endure and take me farther and still farther on the road that leads to Him. This is the only thing that will take us further and further on the road is our lived experience. That's why in the beginning days of the course had us practice it throughout the day, every hour, so that we could have a lived experience of the course and not simply read the course. We've been living the course, walking it, breathing it, eating it, sleeping it. That's what makes for faith that endures. That's what makes for certainty, not learning by rote what someone taught me. Now, what's the story? Okay, here's the story. Okay, propaganda abounds in government, schools, quote unquote science. The science, yeah, that's all propaganda. The science is propaganda. Science is not propaganda. Science with a the in front of it is absolutely propaganda. It's in medical, it's everywhere. This is a lie world. Quantum physicists have taught us that this world is not real. Same thing that our entire spiritual practice teaches us. This is not real. This world of form is not real. It's transitory. Yet beyond this world is a real world. And even right to the core, we know we are real. Well, when you have a lived experience of truth, you don't have to believe the party line. You don't have to look to someone and say, what do I believe? Please tell me. You see, in the Christian Witches Facebook group, we have the Mystery School has a group. And in a lot of groups, I won't say every group, in a lot of groups, when people join the group, they have a lot of questions. And what I've always offered for all of our groups is to not ask questions, is to go within, go do the research, be the initiator, because you are the initiator in your life. Be the initiator, go find the answers and bring the answers to people. That's valuable. Sitting there and asking questions, how do I do this? What do we do? How do we go? You will not get those answers here. We're not here to give you answers. We won't give you answers. Matter of fact, we refuse to give you answers. I don't give answers to anyone in the Christian Witches Mystery School group. And I am the headmistress of the school, of the Christian Witches Mystery School. I give no one answers. Why? Because you are to seek the answers for yourself, and the answers you seek are within you. And when you find them, they're unshakable. No one can take it from you. If somebody gave it to you, somebody can take it from you. That's not spirituality. For thus, I will be sure that He has not abandoned me and loves me still. When you have the lived experience of Source yourself, then you will know within yourself that you have never been abandoned. You could not be abandoned, and that you would stop being clingy in relationships. because abandonment is an impossibility, and loves me still, we will know that we are deeply loved and that nothing we do, nothing we say can shake the love, awaiting but my call to give me all the help I need to come to him. Simply, the universe is standing by, simply ready for your call. And the second you make a call, even before you make it, it's answered. I always loved the esoteric, metaphysical, allegorical story of Daniel and the angel was dispatched while Daniel was praying. And when the angel arrived, Daniel said, "Oh, wow, you're here." He said, "While you were yet praying, God dispatched me from heaven to you, yet I was held up by the prince of Persia." I had to do some management of some of these princes of the earth that rule the 91 parts of the earth. While he was yet praying, that means he was in his prayer and God was like, "Go." And the angel was just like that. It's an allegory. I don't know if God is having conversations in heaven with angels. I like to believe so. We can't prove it, and we can't prove that it's not. We can only go with our lived experience. That is a metaphorical story, a metaphysical story that says, while you are yet praying, the universe is responding mightily to you. You can't not be responded to. Your every thought, your every emotion, your every move is being responded to. Here is our prayer. Father, Mother, God, the all, source, Wankan Tonka, the great invisible spirit, I am that I am. I thank you. I thank you that your promises will never fail in my experience if I but test them out. The word says the same thing. All the promises of God are yea and amen. Not one of the promises will not be kept. Promises for love, promises for abundance, promises for health, promises for wholeness, promises for long, 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 long life until you choose to take yourself out. And even when you take your body avatar out, you have eternal life. That's a promise. You can't kill energy. You are energy, I am energy, everything's energy, and energy is everything. I thank you that your promises will never fail. In my experience, they'll never fail if I but test them out. Now, we must do the work. We must say, okay, I'm going to try this thing out. I'm going to try this spell. I'm going to try this magic. I'm going to try this trust. I'm going to try this new esoteric teaching that I learned. I'm going to try this occult understanding. I'm going to test it. Let me attempt, therefore, to try them and to judge them not. We judge things that are unfamiliar, especially in the Christian paradigm. We were taught to judge everything that is not the Christian story as the devil. Just wave it off with your hand and call it the devil. Well, everything's not the devil, and the devil itself is a made-up construct. Your word is one with you. You give the means whereby conviction comes, and surety of your abiding love is gained at last. Your word is one with you. Word, capital W word, that means the word, which is in the beginning with God and was God, the logos, the utterance that literally is sound creating, is one with source. You give the means whereby conviction comes, and surety of your abiding love is gained at last. Certain surety. When you have surety of the abiding love of God, you no longer look for love, because you only will bring love. You won't be looking for love. I had a profound experience with this over the last few weeks. I'll tell you this short story and then I'll give us the incredible message that Spirit gave to us. That is, of course, Miracles Lesson 327. Over the last few weeks, I've been having this astounding experience. And this astounding experience that I was having. Oh my goodness. This is hilarious. This astounding experience that I was having, I think I got firsthand to have one of these, what they call love scams. Have you all heard of these love scams going around? This dude was talking to me and he was messaging me. Oh my goodness, you're so beautiful and blah, blah, blah. And, I would say it's not uncommon because as I was going through this experience with this gentleman, just chatting with him casually online and whatnot, he never had like none of my personal information, just whatever you get online, just chatting with him and chatting it up and just having a good time chatting it up with him. I told y'all the other day that I had a dream, and the dream was about a no good murderess, like a psychotic murderer. That was the dream. The dream came one night when I was in New Orleans with my daughter. And that day, he and I had been texting a lot. And when I say texting, I'm talking about messaging online, right? Well, I got that email. I mean, yeah, it was. And it was an email from my source, from the source. I got the text that, no, I got the text from Spirit. I had the dream that night after me and him had this, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, what are you about? Oh, what are you about? Oh, what's important to you? Oh, what's important to you? Just chatting, chatting, chatting. I'm open to having conversations. I have conversations with lots of people. That night, this was when we really, I would say, moved to a place of really having real conversation. Like, what are you about and what am I about? I was like, wow, this guy, he's if he's what he says he is, he's a pretty okay guy. Like, this could be the one I'm calling in. That was my thought. That night I had the dream, and that dream was like, no. Oh, okay, thank you, Spirit. What am I looking at? Then I went into the place of, okay, what am I looking at? So we keep talking. There was no reason for me I could have said, okay, this conversation is over. I didn't. I said, okay, let's see where this goes. And here's why I said, let's see where this goes. I said it for two reasons. One is because I have a New York City skeptical mind. I don't believe jack. I don't believe nobody about nothing. I find out for myself. Like, they say when you're in Wisconsin, that's the show me state. Well, when you grow up in New York, you don't believe nothing because it's nothing but hucksters and scammers everywhere. We grew up with people that lie, 3-card Monty, people that pickpocket you, people that tell you, oh, I'm so poor and I got this, and please help me, just give me $1. People that come on the train like every day. Like, I grew up with all that. For the first 28 to 30 years of my life, 28 was when I moved from New York, and for the next 2 years, I was back and forth in New York all the time. So you can say for the first 30 years of my life, I was deep New Yorker. That's where I was born. I was born in the middle of New York City in Harlem, USA. So New Yorkers don't believe jack. And because I know I have this, the skeptic in me was standing back there like, nope, 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 it ain't so. Nope, it's a lie. Nope. And because I know I have that, yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Soul Whisper. Missouri is the show me state. Because I know I have that skeptic in me, and I don't want that skeptic to be in the way of love. That was the first reason why I was like, okay, skeptic, I hear you, and I'm going to keep going. The second reason why I kept going is because there was no reason not to keep going. Like, there was nothing disrespectful. There was no reason. So it was just like walking down a road and your skeptic is like, no. And your dream is like, no. Okay. So I'm still exploring. I'm still in the exploration, but I'm like, skeptic, I don't know if I can believe you or not believe you. And so then I went to the deeper, and the deeper said, keep walking. Okay, so I just keep walking. We having this conversation, I'm texting, texting. Then he sends me this message. Oh my God. Yesterday I got my answer. This was only a matter of days, maybe weeks. Let me not say days. Well, it was less than a month, so it had to be 2 to 3 weeks. You could call it maybe 21 days. Yesterday I got the message. Oh, this is the happiest day of my life. And as a matter of fact, let me see if I see Latoya in the room. Latoy, you have this person as a friend too, because they're on Clubhouse. And I'm going to tell you the name in a moment, Latoy. So you could, this morning I reported him. So you could report this because it's a fake profile and they're doing, you know, scandalous things. Okay. He sends me this long message yesterday. This is the happiest day of my life because he's supposedly in medical contracted. He does like medical equipment. Oh, this is the happiest day of my life. Here comes the scam. Here comes the scam. My skeptic was like this. Told you. That was exactly what my skeptic was saying. And the dream state was like, we just here to take care of you. Because the dream state never says, told you so. My skeptic, oh, that bitch is rough. She's straight up from Harlem. She like, I told you. Like, okay, settle down a little bit. You're right, skeptic. And thank you, skeptic. Thank you. You are right. And I want you to keep doing your thing just as long as you don't get in the way of love. Okay, so anyway, this dude sends this long message yesterday all about, it was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bing, there goes the scam. All about how he finally got this contract with the Syrian government. It was textbook scammery stuff that you see online. It was like textbook from an email. It was so cut and paste that I was like, dang, these people aren't even imaginative with their scammery. All about, oh, I'm so happy because the Syrian government granted me this contract, and I never thought I would get this contract, and I'm so happy. Here comes the scammery, and they don't know they're talking to a fucking New Yorker, right? Because they never seen me. They don't know me. This was all just words on across the internet. You know more about me on social media than this dude probably knows about me. So anyway, he said, and I'm cracking up because of the speed at which I blocked him after that and reported his ass. Well, guess what? Or there, it could be a group of people. Who knows? I got this contract with the Syrian government, and now I'm going to be able to. Oh my goodness, it's so amazing for me. It's over $10 million and da 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 da. And something about all I need is a bank account. That's what I went block. I was like, and there we have it. And my skeptic was like, told Joe, told Joe. And her Tiffany Haddish voice, right? So anyhow, I was really amazed at one thing, their ability to be able to engage me in a conversation was really good. Because normally I wouldn't even talk to anyone. Yet, what was really good about this, you had a couple of those versions of that, different scam though, right? They're so in love with you. Oh, I'm so in love with you. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, here's goes part of the scam. You're the second most beautiful woman. God must have created you right after He created Eve. I mean, this stuff is so scammy. It's so scammy. You're right. Okay. No one ever said that to me before in my life. You're so beautiful. How is it that you're single? They just go on and on and on with all this flattery. You too, Lynn. You had that too. These dudes, that's a whole nother scam the love scams. So I just want to make you aware that these are the love scams. They're going around. So someone comes online and they love you so much and they can't stop thinking about you. And they are just, oh my goodness, you're so beautiful. Because they're looking at your profile picture or whatever. And they just can't live life without you. And where have you been all my life? Yeah, it's a scam. It's a scam. It's a scam. Run. Run with your pocketbooks and your bank accounts and your Bitcoin in hand. It's a scam. I'm telling you, people, it's a scam. Okay. So, anyway, I wanted to put that PSA out there, public service announcement, because women, thanks for bringing the truth out. Oh my goodness, yes, Lynn, because these people really try to make you feel special. They really have. There's part of it that they have down pat. They have down pat, which all marketers do have down pat. The real, true, deep, hidden meanings of men and women. And I'm telling you, this guy was saying all the right things. At one time, I was like, did you get that from a book? I literally asked him that. I was like, okay, this message looks like it came straight from a book. He was like, I said it. This came from a book. He said, no, I made that up myself. Oh, I just wrote that myself. I said, okay, except for the fact that they still had quotes on it. So I think there's a book going around. One took a different tack. Okay, track. Let me see. Student in Afghanistan whose parents had been killed, and after a few days of conversation, calling me auntie, and had to go look for food for his sister, sent me all, sent you the, here goes the scam. What do you need? You need a bank account. Okay. It sent me all pictures of him and little sisters designed to pull your heartstrings and reel you in. Oh my goodness, this dude sent me pictures. And guess what? They didn't send me pictures of no uh, um, uh, kids. They sent me pictures of the dude, and wow, the dude is nice looking. I showed him to my daughter. I said, "What do you think?" She was like, "Yeah, he's cute, mom, but you have a type." I was like, "Oh, okay. I have a type. I do have a type." And this dude looked great. They have real pictures of real people, family. These scammers, these are not pictures that you get like from, Walmart fake people pictures in a photo album or a photo frame. No, these are real pictures. Somehow, I think they're going online and they're getting real pictures of real people that will be truly convincing, that will make you give up the bank account information. Do not ever give any financial details to anyone online, no matter what. I do a ton of business and I've never asked people for banking details other than the people that privately that we're paying for work that they do with us. Why would you need banking details if you're running a business? You don't. So, we just need all these scams online. I want to let you know they have re upped their game and they are now going for the emotions. I'm telling you, they are going for the emotions. You will hear them and they will be falling in love with you. They will be telling you things that you have never heard before. They will be, oh my God. Well, Soul Whisperer, we would know because yes, it wasn't a problem because we're wise women and we're astute and we're present. So we probably likely wouldn't fall into it because they're going to make a wrong move. Scammers always make wrong moves. They always out themselves if you're looking. They always out themselves. So don't believe when people tell you they're in love with you, they can't live without you, they're thinking about you all day. Don't believe them. Okay, well, yeah, maybe you are. Yeah, they're unbelievable. Isn't that something, Christine? And you know what is really fascinating about this whole thing? They must have consulted with some kind of they're either this is some kind of marketing something where they have all these things laid out in some kind of scammer's handbook. It has to be a scammer's handbook, and it has to be in the scammer's handbook that they put in there the emotional triggers and touch points because these people can really get in there. It's a good thing I am who I am, otherwise I would have probably been really believing something this dude was saying. Or this, it could have been a woman. I don't know who it was on the other end. Never saw him, never probably will. I do know I did a disintegration spell on them. And when I say on them, because I don't do spells on people, I only spell myself. I did a disintegration spell of the energy of scammery and thievery and lying and trying to get something by pretending to be something. And I also am going to disintegrate poverty and excess need. Oh, they do play the long game, don't they? They will message. Oh, they will build a relationship. I'm telling you, it's a new scam. It's why I can't say it's a new scam. It's been, is any scam new? It's the same scams that, the trickster and the huckster on the street on the corner would get you to play three card Monty. He's going to befriend you. He's not going to be mean to you. A scammer is not going to be mean to you. A scammer's going to be, oh yeah, dog, you missed it that time, but don't worry, I know you. You can do it next time. You can do it. They're building a relationship with you. The three card Monty dude, the three shell dude on the corner is building a relationship with you. That keeps you there. They're building a relationship with you in Vegas that keeps you at the craps table. Cocktails, no clocks, no windows, super comfy special cushioning under the carpet so you can stand for a long time. Oh, and while they're raking away all your money, but next time. And then they say that fake ass good luck when you start. Good luck. Good luck when you fucking know you're gonna rob everybody. Wow. Okay, Vegas. That's why I walk right past all them tables. Yeah, okay, Vegas. Okay. Good luck. Good luck. Gaming. Chips. It's not real money. And if you run out, we got a cash machine right there. When I saw the ATM machines being placed into the casinos, I was like, these people, they're going for blood now. They're going for the jugular. Because if you're sitting there, you just lost whatever, and a cash machine is sitting right there. Oh, that is, oh, y'all hitting below the belt now, people. You got to love yourself. That's all. Unfortunately, some of this is going on in our religious communities as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Disintegration. A soul whisperer, I did a disintegration spell. You know how you can disintegrate things? I did a disintegration spell on the energy, not on people. I don't really spell people. You can do a disintegration spell because since I was connected with it, Spirit showed it to me for a reason. Spirit showed me for a reason because I'm a big mouth, and now I'm going to tell everyone. Probably they showed it to me so I could tell thousands of people. I'm sure of it, right? Just as he walks to the ATM. Oh my God. They have the ATM. And family, people will go as far as you let them. You must be the one that says, nope, this far and no farther. That's your job. They're going to keep pressing, keep pressing. That's true everywhere. In relationships, people are going to keep pressing. In anything and things people want from you, they're going to keep pressing. You are the one that is to have, and they're going to ask for anything. People make all kinds of requests. They can make all kinds of requests. It's for you to say yes or no. That's your job. Now let's get into this profound message. So that's the PSA, the public service announcement. Look out for these scammers because you might find one of them in your sliding in your DMs, acting like they love you. Okay, that's over. Let's go to our message. Yesterday, I was listening deep into a conversation with Lewis House of the School of Greatness, whom I love. I just so love and really respect and really admire his work. It's incredible. And I truly love how he came out saying that he had been sexually molested as a child because this big, football player, and no one in professional sports would ever talk about that, right? No one would. Yes, Lynn, absolutely. And you know what, Lynn? We get to look out for each other and we get to say, hey, scam alert, because that's what shuts that shit down and makes people impervious to all of that shit, right? So I have always loved Lewis Howes. And I really love, if you watch his podcast is the School of Greatness. And he had Dr. Gabor Mate, Dr. Gabor Mate, Gabormate is his last name. And Dr. Mate was on there just talking, and I love hearing him talk. I love when him and Tim Ferriss talk. I love Tim Ferriss's podcast as well. Really love it. And when I hear Tim Ferriss and Dr. Gabor Mate talk, it's just like a conversation of friends. It's like two friends talking together, right? Oh, let me hear about the Egyptian guy. Had an Egyptian guy who was laying it on thick. My friend called him Osiris. I have to tell you something. When y'all go to Egypt, family, those Egyptian men gotta beat them off with a stick. I promise you, they will be all over you. And not only that, even the kids, they got the kids trained. I'm like, oh, why? Because their money is in shambles and it's worth nothing. Why? Because they get paid the equivalent of $30 or $50 a month. Why? $25 a month. How are you going to take care of your family on $50 a month? I don't care what country you live in. There's something underpinning why people think they must do these things. They're doing it because they think they have to. They're doing it. Scammers have a modus operandi. Scammers are not rich. Unless you're Sam Bankman-Fried and you're a really huge scammer, or like to the tune of billions. Yet he's going to be in jail. And same thing with Bernie Madoff. Yeah, he scammed billions of people. You know what they say? They say if you scam poor people, nothing happens to you. Maybe you pay a fine. If you scam a bunch of people, a bunch of ordinary, regular people, nothing happens to you. You pay a fine, or maybe you get a slap on the wrist. If you scam rich people, are you going under the jail? That's what happened to Bernie Madoff. He just scammed the wrong people. You scam rich people, you are going under the jail. Just like Sam Bankman-Fried, they're gonna put that dude under the jail unless his rich, wealthy, well-connected family connected with Joe Biden gets him off. Anyway, let's go to Dr. Gabor Mate, and this is what he said. Yeah, they're gonna Sam Bankman-Fried. If they don't put him under the jail, it's because his very rich, connected family got him off. And we just pray and send out love through this whole universe. Do you see why our work every day in A Course in Miracles is so critical? Let me plug up. My phone is asking for juice. Do you see why our work every day in A Course in Miracles is that critical? It could mean the difference between a kid eating and not eating, because we stand so firmly in abundance. Here's what the message is for us. It's about wounding, addictions, and why we are not reaching our potential. Okay? Wounding, addictions, and why we do not reach our potential. Now, Dr. Gabor Mate says, and I'm going to send this link, put it in the link to this specific video. It's quite lengthy. You just want to take your time with it and just walk around, pardon me, for the day with it. He and Louis House were having a conversation about wounding and addiction. And then what was coming to me as a transformation agent on the planet is why Spirit has me doing the work that I do. Here's what it is. If you have a wound, he said at the bottom of every wound, or at the bottom of every addiction is a wound. Childhood wounds. Childhood wounds that we do not address. Childhood wounds that are too scary. Wounds that we don't want to look at. Stuff we don't want to deal with, that when you come on a lovely soul excursion with yours truly and the gang, you get to deal with it. So you may wonder, why am I being called to go to Sedona? Because Sedona is probably going to maybe skin you alive. You will probably not feel good. And you will address a wound that you've been carrying around that is preventing you from more money, preventing you from a bigger business, preventing you from more clients, preventing you from writing that book, preventing you from having that love relationship, preventing you from manifesting that fabulous home. You see, our wounds are not benign. It's not like a wound with a scab over it and it's doing nothing. Our wounds are doing something. Pardon me. That's why I had to go for every wound that I could in my consciousness. People don't want to do this work. They don't want to look at their wounds. They don't want to look at their childhood. They don't want to look at all the horrors that we walked through. Don't want to do it. It was too painful when I did it. Why am I going to look at that again? You will not reach your mountaintop unless you go in there and you address those wounds. You won't do it because they'll just be gravity. They'll just be holding you down. Ash, ash, isn't it deep? Isn't this deep? Now, how do we do the deep work? I'm not talking about sitting in your meditation space, having a little, okay, now it's time for me to go get some breakfast and go get the kids and go get this and go to the gym and go over there and go over there and do this and do that. That ain't fucking meditation. It's not. I'm talking about go to Peru, walk the Andes Mountains, almost pass out, almost die, drink some San Pedro, go in the sweat lodge, burn some shit out of you, go drink some ayahuasca, scare some shit out of you, and 7 days later, well, now, we have a new being 7 days later, and you died about 7 times. But people want Instagram spirituality. Me and my girlfriend were talking about this the other day. Reverend Danielle. I called her my girlfriend. She's my sister. Y'all saw her right here on the channel. Reverend Danielle and I walked through 4 years together at Intervisions, many years since then, and we were ordained together on the same line at the same time on the same day, not at the exact same time. She was ordained and I was ordained different times. It was the line of us there. People want Instagram spirituality, and you got nothing from your Instagram spirituality. You have pretty rocks and crystals lined up in a grid. It's so pretty. You got your bracelets and charms, your amulets hanging from your neck, and you wounded as a motherfucker. Wounded. We can't even put you in a relationship because you just want to burn the whole shit down. Wounded. And you see them all the time. Then next thing you know, they're going to become a coach. Oh my God. An energy healer. Wow. Wow. You're an energy healer. What are you healing? What about heal thyself? And yes, I can be ratchet. I get ratchet about these things. You know why? Because people really need to wake up and pay attention. The Instagram spiritual healers, they're not going to help you. I said it. There's a real one here and there. There's a real one here and there. You need to pass over 20 Instagram spiritual healers to probably get to one real one. The real ones are there, here and there. And they're telling you to do shit that you don't want to do. That's why you run back to the little spirituality people that say, just get some crystals. And now we're going to get in a circle. We're going to hold hands. Oh, just feel the energy. And you can just say what you want and have it. I fucking hate those people. Let me not say hate. That's a strong word. I shouldn't be saying that as a minister. Okay, let me clear my judgments. I love you. Let me do a quick ho'oponopono on myself. Okay, I love you. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I love you. Okay, no judgment. Love cannot judge. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get it from those people. I promise you. You know what gets you to really heal your wounds? Some deep radical, horrific experiences that you don't want to have, that you'll call horrific in the moment, that are the best things that could ever happen to you. I'll give you some examples. You go on a mushrooms tripping for 8 hours, you can't move. And I'm talking about a heroic dose of mushrooms. I'm talking about 5 ounces, not 5 ounces, 5 grams of mushrooms. That's what Terence McKenna called a heroic dose of mushrooms. Like you want to really get in there. You want to just lose your mind. I'm not telling you how many mushrooms to take. I'm not telling you to take mushrooms. I'm not a doctor. See your healthcare provider, see your mental therapist, see your doctor, see everybody that you need to see. That's one way you do it. I'll tell you another way to do it. Lay on your back and do 3 ayahuasca journeys. Oh my God, like we do when we go to Peru. Just drink some ayahuasca. And when the shaman say you want more, say yes. Yeah, give me more. And when they say you want more, yeah, go all the way. Get in there. Get in there. Say, yeah, give me more. I'm toe up and give me some more. Just get in there. People are so afraid to get in there. They're afraid. That's the only way you're going to heal your wounds, beloved, to get in there. Face all the parts of you that you're terrified of. You know the self loathing we carry? Yeah, you get to get in there and look at your self loathing. Ooh, there's a part of me that loathes me. Ooh, let me get up chummy with this self loathing. And it shows up all over my life, so I can't deny it. Any self loathing showing up in your life? I'll tell you what it looks like going to the doctor and getting all these interesting diagnoses. Oh, you have this, you have that. How did I get that? Self loathing, childhood wounds you don't want, festering childhood wounds. Some people walking around was like, oh, wow, that wound is I can see. Sometimes I wonder why I can see because, oh my God, some of the things I see. You know, they always say, you know, your curses can be a gift, and a curse because you can just see a lot of things. And you all like this too. You can see things like, oh, wow, it's a lot going on here spiritually. Get in there. Black woman, stand up, say, I love your get in there face. People want to play with it. You want to play for the next 10 years. Play with pretty rocks and put all your crystals in a really cute grid and wear cute flowy goddess clothes and put a cute amulet around your neck and just go in nature and, oh, okay, I'm good. And you didn't get, if you, did anybody ever see this meme? I'm going to show you a meme right now that will show you this is a representation of what I'm talking about. I've got to show you because we try to act like we don't want to know. I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like. Let's pull it up. This is a picture. This is a visual representation of Instagram spirituality versus the real deal. I'll show it to you right now. And this is really helpful because if you do not get in there, your life's not going to take off. It's not going to take off like a supernova. It's not. And I'm not saying this because I want to curse you. I want you to not have good. I want you to have all the good you can have. I want you to have it all. Have it all. But I promise you one thing. You're not going to have it unless you do the work. Do the work. Okay, let's see if I can find it. I cannot believe I'm not finding this on the Christian Witches Instagram, which we post memes for days. I'm sure I would have found it on the Christian Witches Instagram. Maybe I never posted this, which means I need to post this today. Did y'all ever see that meme of Janet Jackson? And it's two sides. One side of the meme looks like this beautiful Janet Jackson, looking so pretty, makeup so perfect. And it says, thinking about spiritual healing. And then on the other side, the meme, it has Janet Jackson. Oh, please post on Facebook as well. Okay. Then it has Janet Jackson on the other side, all bust up like melting down with crying and experiencing spiritual healing. You see, the real cute, we could call that the Instagram Janet Jackson. She's thinking about spiritual healing. That's what people are doing. They're thinking about spiritual healing. They're not doing spiritual healing. Because if you were fucking doing spiritual healing, you would probably be rolling around on the floor, coughing, spitting, puking, crying, and not even know your own name if you were doing true spiritual healing. And does it have to look like that? In my estimation, I haven't seen people do spiritual healing in a very pleasant, happy way. I just haven't. I just have not seen people confront their demons and the whole thing be happy. I've never seen it. I mean, I'm not to say, I won't say it couldn't happen. Maybe you'll be the first. But since we've never seen it, that would be maybe if we've never seen someone confront a demon and have a happy experience of confronting a demon, maybe you're not supposed to be having a happy experience confronting a demon. What is this expectation that the thing has to look good, feel good, smell good, sound good, and have music playing in the background? Instagram done fucked this up. Who told you that that's what spiritual healing is supposed to be like? Who told you that? Before Instagram, for thousands of years on this planet, shamans, witches, occultists, magicians have been doing the most harrowing things in order to have the results. I'm talking harrowing. I'm talking 3 days in the wilderness with no food on a vision quest in the dark, sometimes blindfolded. You don't know what beasts are out there, and you're on a vision quest. It's harrowing. Okay, you see people who go through a year of initiation, and you don't know some of the things that they have been doing during that year of initiation. Some of them are harrowing. The very nature of spiritual healing, and I'm talking deep spiritual healing that moves the needle, that moves your life into supernova, that moves the needle. That deep shit, that don't feel good when you're doing it. It's just like an operation. Does an operation feel good when a doctor is going in and taking something out of your body? Does that feel good? Is it supposed to? Who said that you're supposed to have an Instagram operation? This is healing. This is not feel good. Get the feel good out of it. Get the feel good out of it. Get the feel good, look good out of it, because that is nothing but the egoic mind seeking to thwart us in doing the true deep healing that would make us supernovas and make our entire life supernova. It is only because of the deep healing that I do and continue to do and have done that I can even manifest the life that I have. If I was still in some brokenness from my childhood, from some bullies, from this, from that, if I was still in fear, you see people bound up from childhood wounds. I promise you, move past your childhood wounds and watch your life take off. The wounds are the issue. The wounds are your issue. The wounds are causing all of it. They're causing your messed up relationships. They're causing the issues in the body temple. The childhood wounds are creating all of it. And they're also creating the addictions, as Dr. Gabor Mate is teaching. The addiction. Now, let's talk about addiction and the nature of addiction, because I have an addictive personality and I can get addicted to things just like that. Here's where all my addictions came. I used to be addicted to sugar. I used to be addicted to adrenaline. I used to be addicted to rescuing people. I don't have those addictions anymore. I can just sit and do nothing and feel really good. I didn't do nothing. I feel so good. Where do addictions come from? Addictions come from childhood wounds. Here is what Dr. Gabor Mate, and I'm going to add his book to the list of books Let me go on screen share right now because we've got to see Dr. Gabor Mate's book. It's called Dr. Gabor Mate, his new book, The Myth of Normal. The Myth of Normal. Here it is right here. The Myth of Normal. Let's go to the hardcover. I'm going to buy the hardcover. The Myth of Normal. It says trauma, illness, and healing in a toxic culture. Not only do we have childhood wounds, we also have trauma, we have illness that we're trying to heal. We're trying to heal wounds, trauma, and illness all together in a toxic culture. Try that on for size. And you think you don't need the next soul excursion? You need to run to Sedona. Everyone under the sound of my voice needs to run to Sedona like I'm about to do. I'm taking myself there for my deep healing on them red rocks. Because the vortex energy of Sedona it can just boom, move stuff out of you. The rituals, we get in there. Stop thinking you can do all this healing just by yourself or online. Oh, I'm in an online group. We get on Zoom every week. Yeah, okay, let's pray. Okay, let's breathe. Okay, very good. Okay, any questions? Okay, bye. That's not deep healing. And we're fooled. We think it is. We think we're doing something. And heaven is like, oh my goodness. And heaven keeps putting things in front of you. Go to Greece, go to Egypt, go to Sedona, go to Dubai, go here, go to Peru. How many times have I invited you to Peru? And the people, of all the people that I've invited to Peru, the people that have actually taken us up, which have been a lot of people, the number of people that actually went and did it pales in comparison to the number of people who knew about it and were invited to come and do it. Don't want to do our deep healing. I can't look at that. No, I can't. Well, what is ayahuasca doing? Google an ayahuasca. As if the mother is going to talk to you through Google. The mother don't talk to people through Google. The mother talks to people when you come to her place, in her house, and you sit down and you have a conversation with the mother, and then the mother will be one of your most powerful allies. The mother is teaching me so much about plant medicine right now. If I show you some of the oils that I have cooking down there with the herbs that I have, and if I show you that they just got basil, the basil was just growing up at my house, and I harvested some of the basil. It's just growing up. I never even planted it. I'm just scooping up the basil. I got it on my counter right now, about to cook up some herbal remedies. The mother is doing all that. I could not have even tapped into all the stuff that I can tap into. I'm a plant whisperer. I've always been a plant whisperer. I wouldn't have been able to tap into all of that. I can give you an ointment that would heal something in your body temple and it'll go away because of me. No, not at all because of me. Because I tapped into the universal understanding. I tapped into something that my wounds that I had before wouldn't allow me to tap into. You can't be exposed to these things with wounds. You won't be able to. The Myth of Normal. Get this book. I'm going to get the hardcover because this is a biggie, family. This is a biggie. Now I'm going to end with addiction. This is what he said about addiction. He said addiction is slavery. And when we talk about it, pardon me, Lewis Howes asked him an excellent question. Lewis Howes asked him a question about, what about the good things that we're addicted to? He said, no, the nature of an addiction is that it's not good for you, that you keep doing the thing and you can't stop doing the thing, and that thing is not good for you. So there is no good addiction. Addiction is slavery. It is lack of freedom. And why is it that we are not expressing our freedom? Because when we were little, we had some experience occur. And in that experience, we did not have freedom. We didn't have freedom of movement. We couldn't move or we couldn't do something, and then got locked in, and it got locked into the energetic body that we're trapped somehow. And now we're still trapped in our relationships. We're trapped in jobs. We're trapped in, because that energetic current is still there. And to break that thing, to break that energetic pattern, you're not going to break that energetic pattern just by sitting in your meditation space. Oh, okay, that's nice. You didn't move the energy through. You didn't move it. You didn't get in there and Become your own out, be your own alchemist. Alchemicalize yourself from base lead into gold and living your life like it's golden. Get in there with those wounds, and then the addictions will start to drop away, fall away. Addictions to shopping. I could shop or not shop. Addictions to people. Okay, people are here, people are over there, people are here, whatever. You start to get a very peaceful acceptance with whatever is when you heal your wounds. You're no longer trapped. You're no longer finding things to trap you. Because if you were trapped as a child in some kind of household situation or bully situation, or it's a million different ways we terrorize children on this planet, if you were trapped and you couldn't move, you'll still keep creating things in which you're trapped and can't move. And most people choose money, just like me. I'll just make money trap me. I'll just bound myself all up in a situation where money is trapping me until I got in there with those wounds and like, oh, wow, I'm using money against myself. What would happen if I used money for myself? It would go very well with me, right? Rather than using money as a stick to hit myself and than using money to as a jail for myself, what if I used money, cancel, all of that? What if I used money for the good of myself and all? I'm going to end it with this. You will not get the dream realization, the life takeoff, the fulfillment on deep levels until you go deep within and you meet and handle. I'm not talking about kill them all. You know, my skeptic is still here. Hey, me and my skeptic hang out. We have fun. Until you go in and you meet all these deep seated issues that are way down at the bottom of the well in your consciousness that you don't want to look at. None of us want to look at it. You get to look at it if you're in this community. You get to do it. You get to go to sacred sexuality and get that healing. You get to come on a soul excursions. You get to go to Sedona and have that deep healing. You get to come to Mexico and be in the circle and get that deep healing. You get to do that. You get to do that around here because around here we expect lives to be supernova. And we know there's only reason why your life is not supernova or why you're having some issue in your life is because you haven't handled the childhood wounds yet. And that's all good, not in judgment, simply in awareness. Oh, I'm having this issue because I haven't addressed my childhood wounds. Okay, I'm going to willingly go address my childhood wounds. Otherwise, they'll just keep coming up to you, react, and you'll have to keep reacting to them. They're just going to keep coming and they're going to get worse. Better you. I was like, universe, I don't need any more radical lessons. I'm on it. I'm looking for the next deep healing thing that I can go to. I asked Davey the other day, do they have mushrooms here? I need a heroic dose of mushrooms. How are you going to lead people and you're not going deep in? How are you going to help people and you not helping yourself? That's all I have to say about that. I am complete for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Go to valerielove.com and come with us to Sedona and get that handled. Go to valerielove.com and come with us to Mexico where we will read day 365. Day 365 we'll have together in community and get that handled. We're not just going on trips around the world. Yay, have fun. Oh, we do chill at them trips. We get in there. We have things that we have tools at our disposal that we use to facilitate your deep healing. I love you. Peace, Kaisia. ValerieLove.com.